Were you incredibly excited to watch Avengers Endgame for the 12th time just to see 6 minutes of never-before-seen footage?
Yes.
Because we sure were, and we were also wise enough to take a short bathroom break during the less intense moments of the film this time.
What just happened?
What? Don't look at us like that. We take our bladder health very seriously here at CBR. While we loved the Stan Lee tribute, the special message from co-director Anthony Russo, and that neat little sneak peek to Spider-Man Far From Home, we were most excited for the Hulk scene. It might have seemed a little bit overwhelming, but there's a lot you didn't realize about the smart green giant short post-credit scene. If you've already forgotten about the 1 minute long Hulk scene in the re-release of Endgame, don't worry, we're going to give you a quick recap of it, and trust us, it's going to be a really quick one. In the scene, we see Professor Hulk run into a burning building to save some trapped people inside, carrying them to safety on a satellite dish. Then he gets a phone call on his iPad. Yes, you heard us right, an iPad, and asks, "Steve who?" "That's Steve Rogers, you big goof." Now you're probably going, well, that was such a lame scene. Ugh, it didn't really tease anything for Phase 4 and there were no surprise cameos. What a waste of time. It's hard if you feel that way because, we're not gonna lie, this scene was a bit underwhelming for us too. But after sitting back, relaxing, and thinking about it for a bit, we realized it's not as bad as you think. What's interesting about this scene is that it is something the regular Hulk would never do. Before Bruce Banner and the Hulk fused together through some more gamma radiation to become Professor Hulk, they were two separate entities, as we're sure you all know. Bruce Banner was the smart science bro, and the Hulk, well, the Hulk loves smashing things. You pointed him in a direction and he left destruction in his wake. It's just what he did, so to see Professor Hulk come just this far shows how incredible the character arc has been within the MCU. Bruce Banner wouldn't have been able to rush into a burning building to save lives. He's just a normal guy like you and me, so he'd be putting his life in serious danger. The Hulk would be able to deal with all the fire and smoke no problem, but he'd just run into the burning building and probably destroy it even more. Think of the children, Bruce. Professor Hulk was the only version of Bruce Banner or the Hulk who could have done something more heroic like this. While earlier versions of the Hulk striked fear into the hearts of pretty much everyone, including some of his fellow Avengers, Professor Hulk is a really friendly dude who could actually speak full sentences. Professor Hulk has become a more well-rounded hero than Bruce Banner and the Hulk could have ever been. He's capable of keeping his cool and doing the right thing without tearing apart an entire city. As boring as that scene may have been for the casual viewer, it shows that clearly the Hulk has become a hero in this post-snap world and deserves all the recognition he's getting. But if you really think back to Endgame, we didn't learn that much about how Professor Hulk came to be. We know it had to do with gamma radiation, but a lot of fans criticized how the movie just glossed over what was an incredibly important moment in the Hulk's character arc. The Bruce Banner and Incredible Hulk dynamic is what makes the character so great. Marvel superheroes are not perfect. They have real flaws and have real problems, so the audience can relate to what the character is going through since they may be going through some of the same types of issues themselves. The Incredible Hulk is no exception to this role. Bruce Banner is literally struggling with the beast inside of him, and we've not only gotten to see this struggle take place in the comics, but in the MCU as well. They're always fighting for control, and we saw the Hulk take over in Thor Ragnarok, but then maybe get beat back into Bruce Banner by the bad Titan Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. The struggle is real between these two, and fans weren't happy with the resolution to all those years of storytelling being barely mentioned at all. Honestly, as important as this moment was for the character, we didn't feel like this criticism is justified because how the heck are they going to fit an origin story into a film with a runtime of 3 hours? That being said, it's true that we didn't get to see how Banner fixed his problems with the big green guy. We just saw Professor Hulk show up and that was it. We didn't even see Professor Hulk fight once, so at least this post-credit scene showed that he could do something rather than be a genius and spend time with his fans. Speaking of fans, maybe he's only rescued those people from a burning building so they could take a selfie with him? After all, Professor Hulk is quite famous. Isn't that right, Ant-Man? Another possibility that's a bit out there is that this scene is foreshadowing a solo Professor Hulk movie. Yes, we know Universal has the rights to the Hulk, so a deal is going to need to be worked out for the Hulk to have another solo movie in the MCU, but we would love to see the jolly, smart green giant get a feature film. No matter what, it couldn't be possibly worse than that first standalone MCU film. Yeah, we don't really talk about that movie much, and we prefer to keep it that way. Even if a solo Professor Hulk film gives us a bit more insight into how the character came to be, we'd happily go see it in theaters. Yeah, who are we kidding? We'd go see that movie no matter what. There's also a chance that we're reading way too much into this, and all Marvel Studios wants to show us is that Professor Hulk could do a nice heroic thing every now and then. But come on, what's the fun in that? It's way more fun just to overanalyze everything. That's kind of what we're known for here at CBR, and we're not changing anytime soon. And that's what nobody realized about the Hulk's short post-credit scene in the re-release of Avengers Endgame. What do you think about the scene? What do you think it means for the Hulk in Phase 4? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more MCU videos. Thanks for watching.